Reverend Alvin Gwynn and Cheryl Dorsey, formerly of the LAPD, and HLN legal analyst Joey Jackson, all back with me now. I'm anxious to hear your impressions of what is unfolding here, Reverend.
Well, we're finally getting the opportunity for people to be heard. Even though this is a great tragedy in the nation, people are actually having the opportunity to describe what is going on in the communities where they're living right now. And we're hoping that this opportunity, this similar moment as has been described, is really resonating with everyone around. One of the things that I'm proud to hear that they're taking an opportunity of at this particular juncture is to talk to the people who have not registered to vote, because those are the ones who make up the jury box.
They actually created a line and they invited people to register to vote during this rally.
Absolutely, and because it is our civic duty, it's our responsibility to do it. If you want to be heard, you have to step forward to be heard, and I'm just glad that they're actually taking this opportunity right now to address that issue.
Right. And how influential, Cheryl, do you believe this rally, this turnout, is to the reforms that we've heard the mayor speak of prior to the charges that were imposed yesterday? She says there will be reforms. That has been her objective, reforms in the police department. How influential is a turnout like this?
Well, I think seeing the numbers that we're seeing here today certainly lets the mayor know and others that there's a group that want real change, right? And so we understand that their voices are being heard, their demands will hopefully be met, and then going forward, we're going to have some proactive work being done by these people that are here today to try to bring about that change on the department with elected officials and ultimately here in the community.
And is a turnout like this influential on the legal road, Joey?
I really think it is, Frederica. You know, I'm struck by the energy of the crowd, the passion, and the diversity of the crowd. It seems to be a movement that has people's attention in general. And when you have a number of people in the community who come forward, it's important politically because legislatures are elected. And that's where laws change, that's where things change, and it starts there. And so I think the energy, certainly, and the passion could translate into real reform. And ultimately, everybody has to be about the law. No one could be above it, no one should be below it, but everyone should be accountable to follow it. And if that comes out of this movement, I think it'll be very important.
And sometimes reform takes time. It's not overnight, and we know this legal process will take time. It yet has to lead to the grand jury, indictments, there has to be trial, etc. But when we hear people out here and beyond say there has to be some change, when you look at the clock, when do people start getting impatient about whether change will come?
Well, let's face it, we live in a culture right now where things happen in an instant. And so people kind of have that expectation that things will happen instantaneously. But what I do realize here is that once the cameras stop rolling and people begin to disperse and go back to their various areas, that we still have to continue to push the issue. If we're going to have real reform in police and real reform in government and how we address people of poverty and people who have to deal with these particular issues day in and day out, then those of us who are in the faith community, those of us who are part of the electorate here in the city of Baltimore have to continue to push it to make sure that we are addressing these issues that are being raised here today and that we're actually seeing some real movement in a good direction.
All right, Reverend Alvin Gwynn, thank you so much, Cheryl Dorsey and Joey Jackson, appreciate it. All right, much more.